or trying to be fucking perfect all the time. I feel like my whole life, yeah, I'm even eating with food in, that doesn't even make sense. I've been talking with food in my mouth. Disgusting, I know. I feel like it's good for me because like my whole life, I like to follow rules and I like to be polite and I like to have good manners. And I was like so good at being like perfect. Now, I never looked perfect. Not saying that, but like I knew how to behave in a way that was really socially acceptable. And you know, I was good at it. It was fine. It made people tolerate me. I think it's because like I grew up, people never really liked me that much because they thought I was weird. So like I would show up someplace and people were like, oh my God, you're like kind of cute, right? And they would be nice to me, like the popular kids. And then they would get to know me and they would be like, you're fucking weird. We don't like you. So then they didn't like me. And then like I would be friends with the island of misfit toys. That's who I got along with. And it was fine. It was a good time. I liked that I was able to be myself. I got to authentically be weird. It was fun for me. Then I became an adult and like things happen where people kind of bully your weirdness out of you so that you just become more acceptable in society. I dated a guy who really did not like my personality, and he was older than me, and he really shaped me into this like person that was really good at being good. And my parents were the same way. They always tried to like shape me and mold me into like being perfect, but I would say my parents were at least a little bit more lenient. My adopted parents, my birth parents didn't care about me at all, but that's a different story for a different day. But yeah, I was like really good at like being what I was supposed to be. We're always like putting on an act of who you're supposed to be, about what is acceptable in society. It starts to like make you miserable. Like, sure, it's nice for people to be nice to you, but the person that you really are on the inside just like slowly like starts like trying to get out. Like, yo, let me out. I just want to be weird again. I just want to be weird again. If people don't like me, they can go fuck themselves. I can be alone forever. Being alone sounds dope. It's hard because you have to like, eventually you get to the point where guys may never like me again. I never had problem with men. I'm not the prettiest person in the world, but I'll be honest. Like, when I was younger and nerdier, whatever, I always like, I could get guys because I knew how to act. Just be nice, have manners, like, be the type of woman who would cook and clean. They love that shit. But like, that's not who I am. I can be the type of person who spends like 3 hours cooking a gourmet dinner, looking at all of these recipes online, finding the best fucking recipe possible that has the highest rating, get all of my ingredients imported. Like, I'm a douchebag. Like, gone to a party and got my fucking desserts that I bring shipped from Paris. Like, I'm a fucking douchebag because like I try hard. That's just like who I kind of am as a person. Like, there is a part of me that is like that, and I take pride in like the things that I do. But there was also a part of me back in the day that was kind of like people pleasery. And it's like, you could never do too much. Like, right? Like, if you were to go to a party and bring something from Paris, depending on like the demographic, you just look like a fucking douchebag. So you gotta know the time, the place, the crowd. But like at the end of the day, it's like, I am going to authentically be myself because the people who get me, get me. I'm not doing anything for like show anymore, right? There's things I would do in the past for like show. Part of it was real. It was a part of me. It was just like an extreme part of me. But I could be the type of person who does things really well because I would try hard. Eating hamburger helper on my bed? You think I would ever want anyone to know that I'm doing that? No, because that's not like correct. It's not like the correct thing to do. But then in my brain, it's like, why am I always trying to be correct? Who am I trying to be correct for? There's a part of me that like, of course, I want to do well. I cannot be a disgusting slob and eat a bowl of food on my bed and make a big mess and then just lay in my mess. To not take my... I'm lazy. I know this about myself. I know it's terrible. But I eat off of paper dishware because I don't want to fucking wash dishes. It's lazy of me. How lazy of me. It's bad for the environment. I shouldn't do it. But I do it. It's not right. You're not supposed to do those things, but I'm doing it. dating that guy that I always had to be like perfect, the relationship was miserable, right? Because like he didn't like who I actually was. He liked this person that he created. And that person he created, some of those things were authentic to me, right? Because you can't like make a person completely different than who you are completely, right? So there was traits in me that maybe weren't my best trait, or maybe it was a trait brought to the extreme, or maybe I don't fucking know. But like person that he liked, the person that he liked that he created, because I allowed him to do that, which is not a healthy relationship, and I will never in a million fucking years do that again. Someone's either going to like me for who I authentically am, or they're not. And if they don't, I don't fucking care, because I like don't like to live life being perfect. I don't want to be perfect anymore. I don't care. There's a part of me that is a tryhard. That is true. That's always going to be a part of me. I don't know why, but I just am that way. And it's not because I'm doing it for other people. It's because I like to do it. It makes me feel good about myself to do a good job. I don't know why, but I like to do a good job. But then there are other things where it's like, I'm not going to have such like strong constraints, or else I will never get it done, because there's never going to be a right way to do it. Like recording YouTube videos. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to make YouTube videos. I keep getting fucking phone calls. Okay. I've always wanted to make YouTube videos, right? And then in my mind, I'm like, well, I have to have like all this perfect equipment, and I have to like know what to say, and I have to like do this, and it has to be like this, and I can't like be like this because then no one's gonna like me, and then no one's gonna like me, and then why did I waste my time? And then I don't like living like that. Living like that is ass, and it sucks, and I don't want to live like that. So I'm going to post my stupid videos about whatever's in my stupid little head at that time, doing whatever stupid little thing I'm doing, eating my stupid little snack in my stupid little bowl, in my stupid little pajamas, with my stupid little headband, on my stupid little bed, with my stupid little phone plugged in to the wall because my phone was dead. And I'm using the front-facing camera of the iPhone. It's shitty quality. I'm not supposed to do that. I have 2 really nice cameras. I'm not using them right now. I could even flip my phone so that you could look at me from the back, so that it's a nicer image. But I don't care. I don't care, because I want to look at my phone, so when I get these fucking phone calls, I can delete off of them. It makes sense to me. What if something important happens? What if I have a booger out of my nose this whole time and shit, maybe that's my problem. Am I trying to control the situation too much? Is my authentic take not authentic? No, it's fucking authentic. No, I'm just thinking too much in my head. Yeah. My ex-boyfriend was very against me dyeing my hair any color. He said it's a waste of money to do anything with your hair. My parents, very judgmental and controlling as well. So like, it might just seem like blonde hair, like, oh bitch, you dyed your hair, like cool, whatever. It like goes against so many rules in my brain. I'm a natural brunette, right? Well, if you go blonde, people are gonna think you're dumb. They're gonna think that you're attention seeking. And then my biggest thing was like, I was scared I'm gonna go to work and then people are gonna be like thinking of me a certain way because I dyed my hair blonde. Like I'm not gonna be seen as intelligent or something like dumb like that. And I also hate attention. You might be like, bitch, why are you on like YouTube and social media if you hate attention? I don't fucking know. I don't. But I fucking hate attention. Like, I don't like people paying attention to me. I don't know why. So like at work, I don't want to like call attention on myself. So like in a meeting, my hair is different. I'm like, that's going to bring attention to me. And I don't like that. But I think it is important for me not to be that way. Having attention is not a bad thing. My whole life, people have told me like, attention seeking is bad. Attention seeking is bad. You don't like want to draw attention to yourself. Like that's terrible. Why would you draw attention to yourself? That's a bad thing. You wouldn't do that. But attention is important. Hiding yourself, whatever the universe has blessed you with, everyone is blessed with something that could possibly help someone in some way. And it's like, I think I have an interesting perspective on the world because of how I grew up and the different like social circles I have been a part of. I have been in complete poverty to hanging out with wealthier people. So I have like this perspective, I don't fucking know, of like lots of different types of people. And I think that makes me interesting. I don't know why, but something in me is telling me to talk to the internet. I don't know why. And something in me is also like, when I just listen to myself and I don't listen to all these other voices in my head, because I have like all of these voices of like, these are the rules, this is what you need, blah, 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 blah. When I just like block everything out, just make the world go quiet, block it all out. When I do that, it's like, it is important to be seen. It is important to allow yourself to be seen. Being seen is not a bad thing. Those people who tell you not to make yourself seen have some insecurity or something wrong with them. If something in you is telling you to do something and it's not harmful to you or others, I think it is important to listen to that voice in your head. If you don't want to be seen, you don't have to make yourself seen. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not right for you. Something in your body is telling you not to do it, so don't do it. But you need to make sure that it's actually you, whatever existence, whatever source is telling you, not everyone around you and their opinions shaping what you should do and what you should think. I think the human body is really smart. It's weird to talk about and it's weird to explain, but like when I was a child, I was heavily neglected. My parents were not together. They did substances. They were not great. So I would be left alone as like a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, just left completely alone for weeks at a time. I would always be alone. Most of my life I've been alone. And I've been alone with my own thoughts and my own being, my own existence. I remember like being a little kid and just laying there on the bed and like being like, what even is existence? Why do I eat? Eating is meaningless. Why am I breathing? Like, and just being hyper aware of everything that exists. And when you're constantly in that place of your mind and you're kind of just like letting it go blank and letting information just come to you, a lot of the information is very wise and helpful. I don't know if anything I am saying makes sense, but like because like you might be in your head and you'll be listening to what everyone else is saying, what everyone in the world, like what your sister, what your mother, what your coworkers, what your boss, what everyone in the world, they're telling you all these things and it's like flooding your brain, and your brain, it's like you need to just like block it out. Just block it out. Just take it all out. What do you think? What do you like? What do you want? And when you follow those paths, what feels important to you? I don't like the feeling of being scared. I don't like the feeling of being helpless. I don't like those feelings. Those feelings are not for me. Because I know I don't like those feelings, I have to do something to make it so I can not feel those feelings. How can I not feel those feelings? There are always going to be things scary, blah, 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 blah. It's hard because it's new, right? Something new is always scary. But when you do it again and 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 again, it's not so scary. It's not so bad. I don't like feeling scared and helpless. What makes me feel scared and helpless? Those things that make me feel scared and helpless, that make me lead down, I need to face those head on. I don't like to talk. Talking makes me uncomfortable because when I talk, you can take things I say and put them any way you want to put them, and you can think of me in any sort of way, and you can think I'm dumb, and you can think I'm like whatever. And it's like, those don't feel good when other people think those things about you. But then it's like, why the fuck do I care? I'm never going to meet them. And if I do meet them and they don't like me, why would I want to spend my time around people who don't like me? I want to like myself. I want to be happy with myself. I want to be happy in my life. I am in control of that. I like to think that. Not everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows all the time, but I have control over how I'm going to react to that situation. I'm going to have control over how, I deal with it. Sometimes your body reacts really dramatically. Sometimes you don't handle things the way you want to handle them. That's okay. We acknowledge it. I didn't like how I did that one time. That's okay. I can learn from it and I can do better next time. It's not the end of the world. Just because I did something dumb one time doesn't mean every time I do something it's going to be dumb. Just because I'm dumb at one subject in school doesn't mean I suck at all subjects of school. Just because I'm a little weird to some people, I'm not going to be weird to all people. But even if I am, why do I care? Because at the end of the day, I want to be happy. So I need to do what I need to do in life that makes me happy, regardless of everyone else. They're not the ones who are going to make me happy at the end of the day. I'm going to be the one who makes me happy at the end of the day. I can bring myself joy. I can bring myself happiness. If I die alone, I'll be fine. Because I can make myself happy. But that's really extreme, right? But as I get older, it's not so much to the extreme, right? Yes, I can make myself happy, but I want to allow others into my life who can increase that joy. Some people suck. Some people are not going to bring joy into my life, and that's okay. But that doesn't mean all people won't bring joy into my life. It doesn't mean I have to be hyper independent and cut off everyone in the world and just be by myself. And I'm slowly trying to learn how to let people into my life, how to be vulnerable, how to try to build these deep connections. And sometimes they might not work out, and it'll hurt, but it'll be okay. Because if I keep doing it, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really feel like anything anymore. You make a friend, you realize we just don't really vibe. That's okay. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It just means we don't vibe, and that's okay. We go our different ways. We find other people who match our energies. It's not the end of the world. You're dating someone that you think is really hot and great, and you like how it feels to be around them, but something just doesn't feel quite right. Even though you think all of these really wonderful, great things about them, maybe you're in a relationship with someone and they have all these really great things, but like something in you just doesn't feel right. Something just doesn't feel whole. And you've tried to communicate with them, and you've tried to like fix things, and you've tried to like, because you have to be able to communicate, you've tried to do these things, and still it just doesn't work. It just doesn't feel right. Something about you just doesn't mesh. Maybe you can't fully be yourself or something. I don't know. You deserve to be happy at the end of the day, regardless of other people. You might feel bad for that other person because you spend so much time with them. You might feel bad for their family because you built a connection with their family and stuff like that. But just because you're letting a person out of your life, if nothing terrible, horrible, awful has happened, even if it has, you can go your separate ways and not let it like affect you deeply, you know? And you can remember the time you had with them, like, you know what? I did have fun with them, and they were kind to me, and we did have a lot of funny moments. Like, there's things that could still be good, and you can remember it fondly, but they just were not the right person. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that they are evil or bad or something is wrong or awful about you. You guys just weren't a good match energetically, and that's okay. And just being able to like let these things go that hurt really easily, because it hurts. It doesn't feel good for you. It doesn't feel good for them. But just being able to like let it go easily is important, but not fully closing off other people, because you still deserve to feel that like fullness. You deserve to be loved. Just because it didn't work out with him or two other guys or three other guys or ladies or men, or I don't care, doesn't mean it won't work out. You deserve to be whoever the hell you are for yourself. Because if you are a person for other people who you think you should be, and just because it might feel nice, because people are nice to you, or, you know, whatever it is, you don't have to be like that. You're going to be miserable. You will be so much happier when you aren't putting on this like mask of who you should be. It'll feel so much better. Your connections with people will be better because you are going to meet, because this person that you're pretending to be, that is who that person likes. It is a version of you. There is some truth to it, but you are not fully that person. And the person you truly fully are, you are not sharing with that person. And if you are brave enough to share it with that person and they don't like vibe with it, you're never going to be fully happy and fulfilled and satisfied with your life. You deserve to be 100% yourself, no matter how weird or strange it might seem to other people. The right people for you are going to like it. They are going to find you interesting. They are going to like having conversations with you. You are not going to be a burden. And you deserve to be surrounded by those people, because those people do exist. And if the people currently in your life you can't do that with, you need to step away from some of these people if it's not good for you. I'm not saying you have to cut off all ties immediately with everyone, blah, blah, blah. But you might need to keep some distance, and you might not be able to give them a lot of energy. You shouldn't give them much of your energy. Your energy is sacred. It deserves to be shared with people who are deserving of it. But you also should be a kind person, right? You speaking your truth and authentically being yourself is going to be a catalyst to make other people more comfortable in being themselves. So maybe you're with your group of friends and they can't fully authentically be themselves. They're not terrible, awful people, but they might judge you a little bit and it might make you a little uncomfortable. But you are a kind, good-hearted person. You are going in, you are sharing your authentic self with them. You are being brave enough to show them that it is okay to be yourself. And slowly, they will start to be able to be themselves. If they are good, kind, awesome people, which hopefully those are the friends you chose. Sometimes they're not like that. and you are giving yourself, you are being authentically yourself, you are trying to build these deep connections with people, and they still 100% are like not good for you, then you do have to walk away, because you have to love and respect yourself. But it's not always like one or the other. There can be an in the middle ground. There could be people who are good, kind-hearted people that just aren't on the same, you know, spot on the journey as you. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not good or bad people, but it can be a little stressful, you know, to be around those people. So maybe we don't want to give them all of our time, but we can still be kind and give them our time. We still like them. They're still good people. We still enjoy being around them, and their perspective is still good because they're good people. The things that they share with you still are good for you. But if it's completely just awful, toxic people, and what they're sharing with you just always makes you just feel awful and bad, you don't have to give them your energy. Every person is different. So what is authentic for one person might not necessarily be what is authentic for another person. Me and one of my friends would always go out to like clubs, because I didn't really get to have a youth where I partied and I was kind of shy, and I, you know, but I wasn't the type of club goer who would like dance with strangers. I never would be that person. Ew, don't touch me, don't talk to me, gross. Unless you're polite, you know, if you're polite, you can talk to me, but like, I don't want to dance with a stranger, sorry. But my friend, really outgoing, she loves to be like the center of attention. She is the type of lady who will dance on a tabletop, and I love that about her, and it's different than me. That would make me so incredibly uncomfortable, because that's like, it's not that I want to do that and I'm like, oh man, I really want to do that, but I'm too like scared and nervous to dance on a table. No, I just don't want to do that. That doesn't sound fun to me. That doesn't seem interesting to me. And it doesn't mean that I'm not living not my authentic self because I don't want to dance on a table. I don't want to dance on it. That's not my personality. That's not what I like. But my friend is being her authentic self. She wants to dance on a table. That's fun for her. She likes the attention in that way. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with me. We are both authentically being ourselves, and everyone is different. So maybe you're authentically a quiet person, and that is who you authentically are. There's nothing wrong with that. Not everyone has to be an extrovert. Not everyone has to be someone who likes to talk to people. You know, not everyone has to be a creator of art. Everyone is different. So whatever authenticity is to you, who are you? It's kind of hard though, because sometimes you spend so much time being this person that you think you should be. It's hard to remember like who you are. And I would say like be who you are when you're alone, but you've been this character for so long. It's like, who are you? When you are alone and you think you're being yourself, is that actually yourself? Or is this who you've been kind of like programmed to be by the people around you? So it's like what I did to sort of help me find myself. Well, some things that are a little unorthodox that I won't talk about here. One up. Also, like, try to do things I did when I was younger. When I was kind of like free in the mind, before I let a whole bunch of people tell me who I should be, what did I enjoy doing? What did I like? Who was I kind of like a person? I was really friendly. I was really friendly and outgoing. I would talk to other people at the park. I would want to be friends with everyone. Maybe I'm not as antisocial and hate people as much as I think. Am I that way? Or is it because of like people telling me how I was supposed to be? I think there's some balance to it. I'm not a kid anymore, but there's still a part of me that I think is friendly, that is nice. What other things did I like? I like music. Listen to music. Listen to music that used to make me happy when I was a kid. I always wanted these toys. Why not buy toys that I think would be cool? To like, why not buy clothes that I would have thought was cool when I was a kid that I didn't get to have? I really liked it as a kid. That was just me authentically liking something. Maybe media told me to like it, right? Maybe it was a commercial I saw, but something in me was still drawn to it and I still liked it. It wasn't my parents telling me, you should play with dolls and not with action figures. No, I didn't have anything like that. This was just stuff that I authentically was drawn to and liked. So I would go to those things I authentically gravitated to, I authentically liked. I've always loved clothes and fashion, and like my whole life it's like, you're doing too much, you're too extra, why are you dressed like that? You want attention. And it's like, no, it's always been this thing like, you can't have attention. Attention is bad. I dressed in a way that I liked. I thought it was cute. I liked looking at myself in the mirror. It made me feel cute. So I just do these things that I gravitate to. And it doesn't mean that I can't be inspired by others, right? Like I might see a girl on Instagram wearing a dress and I might be like, that's really cute. And I am inspired by her, but I authentically liked it, you know? So I just try to do things that I know that I like. Not because people are telling me to like it, not because people are telling me not to like it. Pop Mart. Pop Mart is super popular, right? It would be kind of like, it's easy to be like, I'm really cool and I don't like Labubus. Labubus are ugly and dumb. Or it's easy to be like, oh my god, everyone has a Labubus. I want a Labubu because everyone has a Labubu. No. I was at the dentist office and I saw the dentist lady, the lady in the back counter. She had a Coach purse. It was a cherry Coach purse and it had the Coca-Cola Labubu on it. And I saw that on her cherry purse and I thought it looked so cool together. I thought it looked sick. And because of that, I was like, yo, I like Labubus. But it was just like my own brain thought. Like I saw it, I thought it was cool. It wasn't like, oh, people are telling me to do this, so I gotta blah, 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 blah. No, I just saw it out in the wild and I was like, that's sick. That's sick. I like that. And it's fun. Like little Pop Mart figurines, they're so like, you know, like so many people like it that it's like, it would be uncool for me to like it, right? Like that's what the cool kids are like, oh, you can't like it. It's uncool to like it. Or then there's like the sheep where it's like, oh, we have to like it because everyone likes it. Or like we're a part of a community. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're authentically drawn to for whatever reason, that is authentic to you. And you should like or not like anything just because of whatever is authentic to you, dude. I don't fucking know. I don't know a lot of things. I don't even know if like the words that I say make sense as I say them. I don't fucking know. If anyone has watched this all the way through, that's kind of cool. Maybe we are energetically alike. That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool that we are like energetically similar. And that means that you're probably a really cool person. And I am glad that you're here. Because there's a lot of people who already clicked out because they're like, that shit was weird. She's fucking weird. But like, I'm hoping that I'm planting seeds in their head. That's what I'm hoping. It's like, just slowly like being like, come on guys, it's cool to be yourself. And they might be like, that's gross, that's awful, that's dumb. But I think people are good. I think people want to change. I think people want to get better. They just need a space to feel comfortable to be themselves. And if we all of us who've worked a little bit harder on ourselves, who are able to just go out there and look dumb and stupid and not care, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world if you make a mistake. It's not the end of the world if you look dumb. If we come out here and we just speak our truth to people, hopefully, in theory, it starts to make them feel more comfortable. And maybe you're here already and you're ready to be like this, and maybe you're not here yet, and that's okay. It takes time. But you are watching this, even if someone watched this and they only made it 30 seconds in, there's something in their brain that subconsciously brought them there, and they are on the path of being awesome. And by awesome, I mean they are being themselves, and that is what is important. As long as like you're a good person. I don't know. I like to think that people are good, but we know people out there who are not so great. You know, why that is, I don't know. But yeah. Thank you for watching.